Power activate.
No. Nope. All right, viewers. Here we are. We are back once again for week... Uh-oh. I did not put the week in the title this time. I don't know what week it is. I'm like a deer in headlights. It's week 4! Week 4! Welcome back for week 4 of Eyes of the Ten. Yep, I can see that there. I definitely put that in the title. Week 4 of Eyes of the Ten. This is, of course, the retirement arc for Pathfinder Society. We are joined with our fellows once more. Let's just check in with everybody. Dom, how are you this week?
Yeah, been doing a lot of family stuff. It's been fun.
I see. Okay.
Love you, Mom, if you're watching.
I thought you said she didn't watch.
I guilt her into it.
Excellent. It's the
She
best
at least
way to get parents to do things.
She at least is going to like click your thing to get views. She promised me that.
Of course.
She promised me that.
Eric, how are you this week?
Really busy. Middle of finals, just trying to get everything pumped out, so enjoying the little break here.
Indeed. I heard a little bird told me that you've had to redo your character about 4 times this week.
You were referring to my infamous other alter ego,
Yes.
Subadai. And yes, he is making changes. I have to say, though, the ruling that came down that requires him to make a change, I think he can just retrain only 2 things and still have the exact same abilities.
Oh, probably. I don't think it would be very hard to get around it.
Yeah, it was just I didn't fully understand
How style feats work? Yeah.
how style
I know.
feats worked.
I didn't until someone else pointed it out to me as well. I was like, huh, that's weird. They are the only feats that have the word style next to them.
Yeah. Where's Broke at? I need you, Broke.
Oh, that's a good point. When I picked him up from the table last time, he had destruction, and so he died a horrible death.
And came back. I say, how the hell did you come back? Magic. Mofo. Yeah, it's better him than me, because if that was me, oh god.
I'm sure you would have just, whatchamacallit it up.
Bubbled out.
One of these times, I'm going to catch you before you act, so you can't use an immediate action, just destroy you.
That's
And
why
that will
my
be the end.
that's why my initiative is a plus something. Let me see, what's my initiative? Plus 10.
Attack.
That's
Do you
why Broke has that sensual ability to know if something's around him. So Broke is like, Master, there's something there. Kind of like the Gundam ability, the Sixth Sense thing. You know, the Gundam ability, the new type.
Right? I
You ever watch
have no
Gundam?
idea what you're talking about.
Well, there's a scene in Gundam, the original one, that every time a new type like sees something like predict the future or something happen, like instinct, the light will like ting, just instantly happen like Spider Sense. And it's always
No
funny.
idea what you're talking about.
So
Yeah.
you're talking Spidey sense.
Yeah, it's kind
Or-
of like Spidey Sense, but before I think Gundam was Gundam around Spider-Man time? I don't know.
Spider-Man's been around since like the 50s, right?
Spider-Man is like 50s.
I think Gundam was
Like
70s or
Gundam is
80s.
70s or 80s, yeah.
70 and 80. But it's still funny because they always have that big pause freeze. Something epic just happened. I can see the future. Or I sense something in the force kind of thing.
Just moving on from that. David, how are you this week?
I'm doing really good. Really good. Kids at the school that I work at are going crazy, getting ready for Christmas or holidays, whichever you decide that you want to participate in. Family's doing great and just put up Christmas tree today. All right. I got to do the lights this weekend, but you know, everything's going well.
So, it should be noted that I have completed my move from New Jersey to Delaware, and that Delaware is freezing. The temperature change is about 20 degrees. There's snow outside. Yes, it is basically the end times for me.
Winter had came and set.
Winter is no longer coming.
I don't know whether to congratulate you or send you my condolences.
It's so cold. So cold.
Had a little bit of a tiny snow flurry today here.
Is it so cool if you spit it instantly freezes?
Not quite there yet. But the issue here is, of course, that in moving, I had still had my winter clothes all packed up and had not completed my ensemble change yet. And so when I went to the Delaware DMV today, I did so in shorts with snow outside. It was very cold. Oh, Don. Instead of that sad story, how about you tell me how you're doing this week?
Doing fine. Just trying to get through work and get to a point when we can get off for Christmas vacation. So just holding in there.
We got like a week? 2 weeks?
Oh, I got 9 glorious days of Christmas vacation, including weekends. So that's what I'm looking for.
Should enjoy that time.
Yep.
All right, then. Some of you new viewers may have noted the green screen behind me has finally been set up. At some point, I will be working on fixing the lighting situation so I can actually use the chroma behind me and then insert funny pictures. Or just put a dancing monkey over my shoulder. That would also be awesome.
What about parrot?
Ah, yes, we talked about that. Yes, I may in fact do the parrot thing.
Or you might just be on the beach with some treasure behind you, just chill out like a boss.
I don't know that it would look that way because we really only get the upper view of me, so if there was a beach behind me, the treasure would have to be way in the distance. Instead of talking about that, let's talk about Eyes of the Ten.
Yay!
Oh yeah.
Even though it's the same day, all of your abilities have reset. Of course, through the magic of changing scenarios. And, yes. Eliza Petalungro welcomes you to the Woods Edge Lodge meeting room, still undergoing repairs after the Red Raven's assault. She motions for you to have a seat. The red-haired woman mutters an arcane incantation under her breath, and gestures deliberately at the doors and windows, then sighs heavily, nods to herself, and looks up at you. She says, Simo, Grant, Dee, Zello.
And Brooke goes,
Thank you for what you've done so far. Yes, you too, Broke.
thank you.
As you know, the very fabric of the Pathfinder Society is under attack. Though your efforts were instrumental in protecting this lodge and a member of the Decemvirate, our task is far from done. You are already intimately involved in this affair, so it falls to you to see it through. Secrecy is of the utmost importance in this regard, so rather than involve more people in this embarrassing debacle, we trust you to take care of everything. These are among the most momentous events in our organization's long history, and our very survival depends on your success. What I ask of you now is even more dangerous than your previous involvement, but I trust that you will not let down the society. I need you to return to the maze of the open road and discover what you can about Adril's use of portals within it to further his own devious plans. Find Condria, the maze's Medusa guardian, and gather from her any information you can on Hestrom's most recent comings and goings in the maze. Well, we have a general idea of who his targets are. We don't yet know how or when he plans to assassinate them. Should you discover any hints to the identity or location of his next target, do not delay in traveling there and ensuring his or her safety. May the gods be with you. If they don't favor your efforts, the Pathfinder Society may be doomed.
Dun dun dun.
Is there any questions that you have for your current venture captain before you set off?
And of the Adriel Hestrom, any, I guess, no news about him?
She says, if you'll remember, just earlier today we together went in to check on Adriel Hestrom's body that was left to lie in state in his room. Indeed, it had been secreted away. We no longer have any idea where his corpse may be.
I,
And
Simo, will help the society into figuring out this debacle.
do you know what do you know of this? I believe Chondria Medusa. We met her there, and she was not very kind to us the first time.
She says,
Uh,
"Do not quarrel with Chondria. We have uncovered information that would indicate Chondria is unkillable. Whenever she dies, she reforms but a few moments later into a fully regrown Medusa. The Druid King who created the maze for us trapped her there for her crimes, and until some condition is met, she can never leave."
Well, we met her before, and she said she didn't want to fight us, and we didn't want to deal with her. So hopefully that came to agreement that we are not each other's enemy.
is there anything we might provide her for her to assist? Do you that you know of?
She says no. Apparently, just beating her up is enough to get her to agree with you.
We're okay with that. We can do that.
Yeah.
Do what we did
After
last
all,
time.
she is immortal, but that doesn't mean dying doesn't hurt.
But I suggest that we allow Grant a little time to talk to her first, unless unless you choose not to.
I'm always prefer to have the chance for diplomacy to work correctly when the offer provides.
And what of the items that we had during the during our initial parts? Are those items still with us, or is
As
those
this is a new
returned?
scenario, I think you've returned them.
Okay. Same
Okay.
Like to
people.
put smoke goggles time.
I prefer not to at this time. It's fine.
All right. Well, thank you for your mission briefing, ma'am, and we will proceed. We understand there is no time to waste here, so.
Lady Petrolingro, do you have any idea of... We know who, according to this map that we have found, but are there any one that's more important that we must check on first?
She says it would be wise to check on Eddington Keel first.
Very well.
Okay.
However, no matter what, you should rely on whatever information Chondria gives you.
Very well. We shall do so.
Remember, you probably shouldn't fight her.
We will do our best in that regard.
She's literally unkillable.
Why make enemies when they're mortal?
Just wanted to make sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, anyone have any more questions? And I'm putting this warning here because I think my party killed her like 4 or 5 times in a row.
Was Vlad the polite in that party?
No, I don't think Vlad the Polite's reached level 12 yet.
Thought he did because
But
he did
Brandon definitely was in that party.
some. That seems very Hell Knight. Tell me what I know. No. Slice.
That would
Come
be
back 3
awesome.
minutes later. Tell me what I want to know. No, Slice. We can do this all day.
That would make for really weird interrogations to have a Hell Knight with Breath of Life scrolls just sitting there. Alright. You have little trouble traversing the maze of the open road. The high hedges' twists and turns are familiar to you after your previous foray into its passages.
When we get, because we have been there before and I know generally where her garden begins, I am going to tap myself with a wand of honeyed words, honeyed tongue, right before we go in that area.
I put on my smoke goggles. I go like the Blues Brothers.
Yeah, mage armor, all the normal stuff.
Okay?
Yep.
Normal
We're
stuff
ready.
for Simo as well, but I will take off my opaque goggles and put on these smoked goggles.
Okay.
And
Condria the
again,
Medusa approaches all of you with her weapons thrown on the ground before her and her gaze averted from you, her head turned downward.
That's very kind of you.
Indeed. So, greetings, Condria.
She says,
We have our apologies for our past encounter, but we have need of information from you regarding others who have passed through this maze.
okay. An expression passes over her face fairly quickly. Anyone that's taking a look at her can make a sense motive check. Anyone else?
No. I'm
Okay.
trying to, I'm just looking away like, I don't want to. I'm just being very polite to her, looking the other way.
I don't want to turn this down.
Didi, Simo, you take a quick glance at Condria's face. Not enough to turn you to stone because you're just looking at her face area, I guess. I don't really know how this works.
I look straight at her.
The storyline forces it to work correctly.
Technically, she's going to hold back abilities like that, but role-playing wise, she's probably not trying to make eye contact.
You get the feeling that she's genuine in her desire to aid you, but that she probably has some ulterior motives here. She says, ask your questions.
So, we wish to know where Adril Hestrom has been going within the maze.
She says, that bear of a man is not easily forgotten. He's been quite active in the maze since you left. In each case, when I confronted him, it always ended badly for me. In fact, I can't recall more agonizing deaths than those he granted me in all my centuries in the maze. While he travels often to Absalom, Galt in the Mwangi Expanse, his most recent movements centered around the Chelish portal, taking place under the cover of night.
So,
Yes, it leads to the city of Quarantine.
Grant is going to say, I'm sorry, I didn't... Could you please repeat that after he activates Discern Lies?
Okay, she repeats everything she just said. She
Okay.
doesn't seem to be lying.
Okay.
Simo will remind his party that,
So, how many rounds does it
Orin.
usually use? Because that's about 4 rounds worth of Detect Lies.
So I can use Detect Lies 3 times per day, and
Okay.
that lasts, and Discern Lies lasts rounds per level.
Uh-oh.
So,
I can see that the Roll20, or I'm sorry, that the stream is buffering right now. I can't believe this shit.
so I think if you said that took about 4 rounds, that's enough to still be within 1 casting of that.
Okay. Damn you, Twitch.
comrades in arms, remember that Edison Q
So that was to the
lives in
Chelish portal.
Teliax in quarantine, according to our map here.
Do you know that he specifically lives in quarantine?
Well, our map shows him listed as in quarantine. Teliax?
Yeah, it says Quarantine Cheliax.
Oh, does it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Makes sense. Do you have any other questions?
Can you guide us in the right direction to follow him?
She says no. If I ever leave this courtyard, I am teleported back into the middle of it. Damn you, Twitch! I can see you buffering right now, and I'm very upset about it.
Can you point us in the proper direction?
Okay, she points you towards the Chelish Gate.
And
I have
is
one
he...
further question. Were there anyone that has gone through the maze since we have entered?
Since you've entered.
Bless you.
He says, no, since you have entered last, no one has been through the maze.
Very well.
When Adril has gone through the company by anyone?
She says, yes, he often is accompanied by people. Actually, I'm sorry, she says, no, most of the time he moves through the maze alone. Bam, completely wrong about that. But I have seen him with others on occasion. He met and spoke with the Mwangi tribesmen one evening, though I could not overhear what they discussed. And he led a finely dressed man with him on his last journey through the portal.
And in the past, when he has ended your life so many thousands of times, hundreds, does he do it with spells or with weapons, or how does he do it?
Oh, jeez. Okay, give me a moment. God, it's so hard on me.
Time to look
So
at book.
we have to learn how to protect ourselves. Come on.
It's
I don't
like,
even
what?
know if I have that downloaded, actually.
Oh, the last one?
Yeah, I don't. She says he is some sort of guy who carries around a large two-handed weapon, I think. He
Okay,
definitely hits me with it. I just don't remember what it is exactly.
so no meteor swarms coming at you every single time.
Well, no, but